Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here. We live. Who's next? 757. It's your boy Cam Low. Come on now. You see it. We back with another one, man. I got Sledge in the building.
What's up, man? It's a blessing to be here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a pleasure having you in the building, man. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the headquarters.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. You here. You got this new EP out, On the Edge.
Yes, sir. It's called On the Edge. I dropped it December 24th, 2024.
Okay. So that's your first project out, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about it. Seems like you got what? Six songs on it, right?
Yeah, 6 songs.
Okay, so let's talk about this project. What made you title it On the Edge? And how did you
go about it?
Go about it.
So specifically, I remember being in Richmond, and I had to move back here to Virginia Beach. And with Virginia Beach, I got a lot of trauma here, dealing with certain shit, certain people, beefs, all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though me and my dad cool right now, being abused and shit, all sorts of shit. Just a very dark, background.
Okay.
So with me moving from Richmond was a getaway from here. So when I came back, I was like, I got to do something that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be surrounded in that shit and let it consume me. So I got to do something to express myself. And I was like, I'm going to make that shit on the edge. And basically what On the Edge that saying is like, you're on the edge. Like you about to, reach a breaking point, or you're at your breaking point. So, that's why I made that name. And I was like, even in the aggression, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really wanted, was to be aggressive, because that's the best way that I express myself without having to lose control. And I was like, through music, and it's therapeutic, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what, at that point, I'm gonna just go ahead and,
just let it all out.
Let it all out on that EP.
Right.
Name it On the Edge.
And, we were speaking behind the scenes. So with you saying that, actually, we didn't speak about that. So now I got a little more clarity on actually what we were speaking on. And I feel like pretty much you did let it all out on that project.
Oh, yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And what we were speaking of, it may have been a lot of the same cadence and things like that. We could speak on that. But you spoke about now moving forward and doing things differently. So it's like you just let it all out in that project. You was on the edge on that project.
Yep.
But now moving forward.
Exactly. And that was the point. It was like, let me get comfortable, even with that flow that I got on there. You'll hear it. It's different. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Ace of Spades, Knuckle Up, Hit the Deck, Pull Out Your Knife, all that shit, that was just a build-up. And then when I got to On the Edge EP and actually came here, I was like, this is the thin line right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the boundary. I was like, because even in like, with the same material, nobody want to keep talking about the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be more fun, not so serious. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I had to be real serious on that EP, especially because of the attraction, that I wanted from the audience. And even then, just like I said, like, trying to be different. You know what I'm saying? Not sound the same, but even with those cadences, it was to get that shit so perfect. So that way, when I, make my other releases and the things in my vault, it could sound so much different. And, I'm just experimenting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, who was you working with in the studio on this project and things like that?
So, as far as the engineer, it was Riffic. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? He's solid.
Yes, sir.
His production is amazing. I was working with him at that time. As far as the beats, Lou Beats and DB, their stuff is all over YouTube. I found them out when I first started making music. I know them personally, you know what I'm saying, through texting them, hey, is this cool if I use this beat? And even then just creating conversations, they're very solid.
Okay. So, what does a studio session look like for Sledge?
Damn, so I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first started out, like this year coming back here, as far as my process, I make sure I have my shit rehearsed before I come in. I do it, if I'm gonna drop, let's say, September 30th, right? And I go record like October 1st or October 2nd or some shit.
Right.
I'm going to make sure that before that time, I have everything, prepared. I've practiced, I've rehearsed, because again, I'm not just on my time, I'm on the engineer's time.
Right.
And I want to make sure, that let's say I get that shit done in 30 minutes, he has the rest of that hour, or in that hour, 30 minutes to, change up everything, the vocals, and not play with shit, but make the shit sound better. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. I rehearse the shit, come in, lay it down within 30 minutes. That's my bracket. And then the other 30 minutes belongs to the engineer.
Okay.
And then after that, I just listen to it.
One thing I noticed, man, you seem like you got everything planned out.
Yeah.
And things like that. So I'm interested in kind of hearing like what's your plans for the rest of the year?
For the rest of this year, again, I want to make sure that this EP for right now up until September, does its thing. And then I have a bunch of songs in my vault. I want to drop those shits, but also be making music in that same month and promoting as much as I can. Within this year, I want to get a performance done, with the Monopoly concert series. I had 2 I was booked for, but I missed out on them due to people trying to hold me back and shit and just missed opportunities. And even then, I want to apologize to those people that actually bought the tickets and, wanted to show up and shit, and I didn't come through on my end. But even then, I'm going to make sure, this September, I'm going to, make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
But from the rest of the time being, just dropping shit and being consistent, that's the key. Discipline with myself and just not allowing people or things to get me to fall off of, me, because I'm a bigger caliber. You know what I'm saying? I know what to do, and I just can't let, people take me out of my, my pattern and my rhythm and shit.
So, since you've been on your journey as an artist, man, is there anything you have picked up and learned that you're gonna execute on? You know what I'm saying?
As far as like, it's just again the consistency and discipline. Because I wasn't as disciplined. I would just play around here and there in the beginning with songs and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop this shit later, like, or I'm gonna just make the song, like, and then just stop fucking with it for a few days. It's like, no, if you want to make it in this shit, in this rap shit or whatever, it's like you need to be consistent. You need to stop fucking around. You need to stop wasting your time with people that's not on that same mentality.
Yep.
To be a go-getter.
Yep.
It's like, go get that shit. And, if you got to do it dolo, it's cool. Like, just get the shit done. At the same time, like, be different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, not going to say everybody, but the majority vote sound the same. I'm like, you want to be different and you want to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Even if that shit make you look stupid, oh well, it's like, just stand out, do your thing. Like, fuck what people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it was. And I think that's what it was in the beginning, was like, I need everybody to like my shit. Not everybody's going to like my shit. And that's cool.
You got to find your audience, find your rooms.
Exactly.
I say that a lot, man. A lot of people just got to find their rooms, man.
100%.
Is there anybody you've been working with as far as artists? Or I haven't seen any features. So anybody you looking to work with? Anybody you like in the area?
That's a good question. As far as the area, I think everybody getting in the 757 is amazing. It's just with me, I think with features, maybe it's just me again. I just like to work solo, because I've had people that I've worked with on features and shit, or only want to do a feature because my shit on a platform is doing well and theirs isn't, and they need, okay, I need Sledge to come in and do this shit so I can be on, his number or whatever. And I've had people again personally text me and reveal shit like that, on platforms, and I'm just like, working right now with people is a little iffy. I did work with a dude named Joe Frost. That's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He really good, at making music and shit. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. Okay.
I did Glass Up with him. You know what I'm saying? He made the song and everything, and then he was like, I want you to come and do this shit. And of course I fucked it up, but I still did my thing. But he was the only feature. But even then, that got me comfortable to, other people got expectations just like you, and they want them met, and you just got to do your thing to, meet those expectations. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Okay. Sledge is here, man. On the Edge is out now.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go get that. It's going down. Who's Next 757?
All plats.
Let's talk about some unreleased, man. What we got coming up. Let's talk about it. I want to get some exclusive. You know what I mean? Before we get out of here, man. Give me some exclusive, man.
Oh, yeah. I got about 10 songs unreleased. Again, I did with Riffic. That's my go-to guy. I got a lot of remixes on there. I'm actually doing a remix right now on the Winkster beat with 50 Cent. And that song is specifically like, it's a shot. It's a straight diss. Because again, like, this is why the material stays the same, because people, again, that I don't fuck with.
We switching the flow up?
Switching the flow up, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Something different. And I was like, even in every 10 songs, I got a goal of let me do a remix. Or every 5 songs, let me do a remix, like to a T.I. beat or some shit from back then, from like, you know, the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? So,
but that's the way to do it. That's a dope way to do it. You know what I mean? Get a visual behind it, get some content. You know what I mean? Maybe we could get a Who's Next 757 freestyle. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about all these freestyle beats, and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
That should be fire.
Definitely. But man, it's been a pleasure having you here. You know what I mean? Picking your brain and seeing what you got coming up, man.
And I'm so, again, grateful to be here. You know what I'm saying? This is another opportunity given. You know, you got to take it.
Yeah, definitely. So we here. It's going down. Who's Next 757? We live. Sledge, you see it.